Here's why mindset is extremely important when it comes to investing. Guys, everything stems from your mindset. Whether you're a professional investor or just beginning to invest, you have to develop a mindset that allows you to not only grow your wealth, but also maintain that level of wealth that you've achieved. You have to have staying power. Once you reach $1 million, once you reach 10 million, 100 million net worth, you want to be able to maintain that level and that status and that financial prowess that you now have as an investor. Because if you don't have the right mindset, you could lose everything very quickly and it would be very hard to get it back. There are a couple things that can affect our mindset and can cause us to be less profitable and actually self-sabotage. I'm going to talk about all these different things in this quick video. I just want to explain the different factors that affect our mindset. Now, the first thing that can affect our mindset is our upbringing. So if we were raised in a family where money was scarce, we didn't have the right mindset to create massive wealth, that can affect our ability to produce passive income for ourselves past a certain level. For example, if nobody in your family has ever made 6 figures, that's going to be kind of like a goal for you. You want to do anything that you possibly can to get to 6 figures as fast as possible. That can actually limit your growth because you're aiming up here. And so if you're only aiming up here and you happen to fail or maybe not quite reach that goal, maybe let's say you land at $80,000. That's fine, but think of it this way. If you were aiming at $500,000 or $1 million per year, and you only got 80% of the way there, you would have actually landed at $800,000 per year. And so you see the difference there. It's literally 10x. And the reason that it's so much higher is because we were just simply aiming higher. We've geared our mind and our mindset to identify opportunities and identify channels and opportunities for us to make that sort of income. If we're aiming at $1 million, we're going to be filtering out anything that doesn't align with that. Anything that produces less money, it's too risky, it's not stable enough. We begin to reject those opportunities and we begin to only focus on the opportunities that could get us closer to our goal. And we can take those things and plug them into our investment strategy and get to our goal as fast as possible while avoiding all the distractions, avoiding all the things that don't get us any closer to our goal, because we know what our goal is. To somebody, $1 million per year might be a lot. However, I'm here to tell you that even aiming at $1 million per year is actually selling yourself short. $1 million isn't what it used to be. And if you're aiming at, let's say, 10 million or $100 million, you're still going to achieve the same result. These are all parallel planes. The road to $100,000 is here. The road to $1 million is here. The road to $100 million is here. The road to $1 billion is here, and they're all parallel. It's not an extension. It's not like, okay, well, once I get to $100,000, then I can set a goal to make $1 million. What if you started with 100 million? What if you started with $1 billion? Now, this is not to say that small steps aren't worth it and it's not good to have a strong beginning. I think it's very important to have a solid foundation, and it's very important to start taking steps, no matter how small they are. But you have to have your end goal in mind as big as you can possibly dream. So take whatever number you could possibly dream of, the biggest amount of money that you could possibly believe that you're gonna make in a year, and really commit to that. Commit to that belief, commit to the actions that it's gonna take in order to get you there, and slowly but surely you're gonna get yourself up to that plane of thought, and you're gonna be able to navigate it and see opportunities only in that frame. Now I'm looking only at things that align with that, and they're all the way up here, all the way at the very top, that top plane, that $1 billion. And of course there are higher planes, 10 billion, 100 billion, trillion, but let's just talk about billion. You have to be able to identify opportunities that will get you closer to that and will not detract from that goal. Once you're thinking in that frame of, hey, I'm gonna make $1 billion a year, all of a sudden it gets a lot easier to make $1 billion a year. So even if you totally mess up and you fail at making $1 billion a year, chances are you're probably still gonna make 10 or 20 million. Like, even if you totally flopped, like absolute failure we're talking about, you'd still probably make a few million. And that's the cool part about thinking big. Once you start thinking big, a lot more becomes possible. And you see that everybody has the same amount of time, whether it's in a day or in a month or in a year. We all live the same amount of hours every single day. We live the same amount of hours every single year, but some people are able to achieve more. And those people are able to achieve more because they're simply thinking in different terms. They're thinking of, I want to make 100 billion. It takes the same amount of time and the same amount of work to make that amount, but because that's their their goal, they're using the tools that are going to get them to $1 billion or $100 billion a year. So it's just a very interesting aspect to think about when we are talking about investing and creating passive income, because whatever we set our goal to be, we're thinking in terms of that goal and we're acting in terms of that goal, and we're using the tools and opportunities that get us closer to that goal. If I'm looking to make $100,000 a year, even if somebody gave me an opportunity to make $1 billion a year, the thing is that your psychology is so tuned to $100,000 that you, number one, would not even see that opportunity, but number two, you would reject it even if you saw it. And I think that's dangerous. And that's the danger of not thinking big. You have to think as big as you possibly can. Brainwash yourself into thinking bigger and watch your life change. Now, the second thing that can affect our psychology and mindset as investors is really just fear. We have a fear of losing money, right? Everybody has a fear of losing money, and you have to get past that. And if you can get past that fear of losing money, all of a sudden that opens up a lot of opportunity for you. Here's the way I see it. I don't think that there's ever a scenario that I could lose. And now you might think, wow, this guy's overconfident. Well, no, think about it. If I'm making an investment, I invest $100,000, there are two scenarios. There's only two things that can happen. Well, really three. Third option is that nothing happens, right? So I invest my money, I invest 100,000, nothing happens, I withdraw my 100,000. So nothing happened. Now, the two scenarios that are important are, number one, I lose money. Okay, so if I lost my $100,000, it's not a loss, because I still gained knowledge. I will find something to learn from that investment that taught me something that's gonna make me even more money in the future. So if I lost $100,000, I have something that I call the learning factor. I'm gonna find a way for that knowledge that I gained by losing money to make me at least 10 times that amount. So if I lost 100,000, I'm gonna make $1 million using that knowledge. Now, the second scenario is that I won. So I made money on that investment. So really there's nothing to fear in that scenario, because I either gained knowledge or I gained money, right? That's the goal with our investments. We invest money and we want to make more money. So you either gain knowledge or you gain money, or absolutely nothing happens. Anytime that I ever experienced a monetary loss, I gained some sort of knowledge that made me even more money in the future, and it made me a better investor. Sometimes those losses are even more valuable than wins. Now, another thing that I see investors do is they can actually self-sabotage. So sometimes you see people and they start seeing success. They start seeing some sort of wins, and then they have win after win after win, but then they hit a certain threshold, and in their mind, they can't get past that. They don't believe that they're worthy or that they deserve to make more than, let's say, $1 million per year. So once they hit $1 million per year, they just kind of ease off the gas, they relax a little bit, and they're actually self-sabotaging because they don't believe that they should make more than that. They don't believe that they are deserving to make more than $1 million per year. So they begin acting in a way that causes them to slow down and actually slows down their income as well. So they make less money because they have those psychological beliefs. So make sure you get your mindset right. I think it's so important to have the right mindset going into this, and having an abundance mindset that there's always more than enough. Never come from the position of lack or not having something. Always think through the lens of having more than you need so that you actually have enough to give to others as well. All right, guys, I will see you all in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.